It's a brand new EA Sports game, so that means we have brand new expectations, squad ratings, and transfer budgets. Welcome back, guys. Sir Scotland 90. I'm going to do a quick run through here of the career mode options for the Scottish Premiership. Obviously, the 12 teams. We're going to look at the ratings of each team, the expectations that the club are expecting, and the budget that you have to work around. We'll start off with Aberdeen. We can see that they're 2.5 stars. Domestic success is high. That's to be expected. Continental success low. Brand exposure medium. Financial low. Youth development high. So they want you to bring in players via the youth development. So obviously Aberdeen, what they want is good young players coming through the system and to do well domestically in the league and the cup. That's fair, I think. I mean, that's probably what we expect for Aberdeen. A transfer budget of 2.5 million. Could it be more? I mean, probably it's a little bit cheap, I guess, but I mean, it is what it is. We have Celtic up next, 3.5 stars. So I thought they would have been a 4. I did think they would have given Celtic 4, but nah, you know, it's a Scottish league. They're just reluctant to give any of the Scottish teams too good of a rating. It's almost, you know, it's just like they hate Scotland, I guess, and, you know, whatever. But they've got a 3.5 star team. Domestic success critical. Continental success is at medium. Brand exposure high. Youth development medium. So they don't really care as much as in the youth as Aberdeen do. Maybe you don't need to care on the youth when you've got 17.6 to spend though. So I mean, Celtic definitely probably not probably, they are the number 1 team in Scotland, and they're the easiest team to, you know, dominate with in a career mode. Dundee up next, 1.5 star. You can see they don't really expect much. The board expectations are pretty low for everything, but they do expect you to do well financially because the club don't have much money with only a 1.2 transfer budget. Now we've got Dundee United's rivals, or Dundee's rivals, Dundee United, should I say, 1.5 star. And as always, they did well with youth development, and once again, they expect you to bring through good young players, but also financial is high for them as well. So these clubs just don't have a lot of money, and they're pretty similar to Dundee in terms of transfer budget and club worth. Hearts, 3 stars, so definitely best of the rest. You know, head and shoulders above the other teams outside the old firm. Domestic success is high, and that's pretty much it. Everything else they're kind of, you know, relaxed on. As long as you perform well domestically, they're content. They're happy enough. Transfer budget of 2.8 million. Moving on to Hibs. A little bit similar to Hearts, less money to spend, but again, domestic success is very important to them. And everything else, you know, they're okay with. Brand exposure, financial medium, youth development medium, all that stuff there, 2.5 to spend. Kilmarnock, domestic success low. So if you take Kilmarnock, you know, there's not a lot of expectations on you. Again, they want you to care about the finances because there's not much money with Kilmarnock, 1.4 million transfer budget, but you could go Kilmarnock and you'll probably be okay because you've got a 2-star squad. You're expected, based on the team rating, to get in the top 6, but the board necessarily might not want that. You know, they might be content with just you being, you know, semi-competitive and staying mid-table or whatnot. So even though Kilmarnock have one of the better teams outside of the old firm, they don't have high expectations. So, you know, probably an easier team, I think, to start with in career mode. Motherwell up next, 1.5 star. They demand more domestic success than Kilmarnock, and the youth development for Motherwell is critical. You must bring through good young players as the Steelmen, a 1.4 transfer budget. Rangers, domestic success is critical, of course, never going to be anything other than that. They care about the brand. Financial is very low. I mean, they don't really care about money. Not that they have that much to spend, but they don't really care about it. 3.5 star team, 11.7 transfer budget. So outside of Celtic, by far the most money of any other team in the league. And I mean, that's to be expected. They are Rangers after all, and you know, they're one of the 2 giant clubs in Scotland. Of course, they're going to have money to spend. Up next, we've got Ross County. I mean, very low. Domestic success, continental success, brand exposure, very, very low. Financials high, and medium development with the youth. Now, again, it's just not many clubs have money, so all these clubs need you to balance the books. They need you to, you know, be strict with the cash. And I mean, that might not be a little bit fun, but if you fancy managing a tight budget, then I guess these clubs could be for you. Ross County, a 1.5 star team, and like I said, just over that 1.2 transfer budget. So tough job if you want to, manage Ross County. But at the same time, they don't expect much. So it would probably, as long as you look after the money with Ross County, it's unlikely you're going to get sacked because, the success rate is very low. They don't expect you to do anything. So as long as you just, look after the money and don't bankrupt them, you'll probably have a job with Ross County for a long time. St Johnstone, again, similar to Ross County. Domestic success, they want a little bit more, but again, similar transfer budget and similar with everything else. Not a lot of money for St Johnstone. So yeah, they do care financially, but other than that, nothing major. And finally, we have the last team, St Mirren. Again, low success, expect it. Brand exposure low, youth development low. St Mirren don't really expect anything other than you take care of the finances. They want you to make sure that the club don't go into the red, and that's fair enough. Another 1.5 star team. A lot of teams in Scotland are 1.5 stars, and they've got a transfer budget of 1.2. I think St Mirren are probably the best of the 1.5 star teams. I would need to look at all the squads and see who has the highest rated players. But in real life, I would say St Mirren have the best squad out of those 1.5 star clubs. So I would expect them to have the best squad in FIFA, FC 25. Sometimes though, doesn't necessarily work out that way. But there you go, guys. That is the squad expectations, board expectations, squad ratings, and transfer budgets. I'll be back later on with some more career mode. Make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm digging it. We haven't played a game yet, but I'm hoping when we do, we can pick up a victory. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. I'll be back soon. Till next time. Peace.